Trontavious Stevens, a member of YSL and prosecutorial witness, took the stand for 2 days of testimony in the YSL RICO trial in Atlanta. A hostile witness, Trontavious told the court he did not want to be there and that the hearing interrupted his new job driving trucks. Throughout the testimony, which began the afternoon of January 3rd and continued throughout January 4th, Trontavious responded to a barrage of redundant questions by State Prosecutor Adrienne Love. Stevens was interrogated by Love continually for several hours, during which time the 30-year-old repeatedly stated he didn't remember many of the details of the activities of the rock crew, politely telling the relentless prosecutor, "It was 10 to 15 years ago, Mom." Throughout the 2 hours of testimony, Stevens, also known as Tick, appeared parched and sipped from a water bottle between objections from defense attorneys who complained that Love's questions lacked relevance or were repetitive. Love's questioning of Stevens resumed on the morning of January 4th, with the discussion of the origins of YSL and its affiliations with the National Blood Gang. Stevens admitted to being a member of the YSL after he had been introduced to gang lifestyle while in juvenile detention. Love then proceeded to ask Stevens to identify attributes of the blood gang, including identifying hand gestures and defining what it meant to be jumped in or initiated by beating into the gang. Stevens admitted he had never been jumped in and was therefore not a real member of the gang, though he bore tattoos and claimed the sex, money, murder blood set. The questioning continued, with State Prosecutor pummeling Stevens tediously about the night of his birthday in 2015 when he went club hopping. This was the same night that Lil Wayne's tour bus was shot up after a performance at the Atlanta club, The Compound. YSL member Jimmy Winfrey, a.k.a. Pee Wee Roscoe, was arrested and charged in the crime, but the conviction was later overturned. Stevens shared that he, Roscoe, and other members of YSL were out drinking, smoking and vibing to celebrate, and hit the Compound, among other clubs that night. Love pressed Stevens to detail what was discussed in the rented black Mercedes on the 30-minute drive to the venue, to which Stevens said, "I don't recall." Love asked him why he didn't remember what was discussed, which Stevens said was because the events were over 10 years ago. Stevens was then asked about his criminal behavior as a member of YSL, the gang. She asked him what colors were associated with YSL, to which he said all colors. Love then questioned Trontavious about the meaning of the term snitching. "It doesn't mean anything to me," he responded, "but am aware of the term, citing references in movies and pop culture."